Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. So we had seen how to use Power BI service and how to, deploy a report and all these things we discussed. And let us concentrate on few demos today on how to work with the Power BI service and what all you're supposed to do it as part of Power BI service. Now, what are the topics that we're going to be discussing as part of Power BI service is uh, Power BI service means Power BI Azure Cloud Server. Azure Cloud Server. Cloud means what? Online. So Azure platform belongs to Microsoft. If you wanted to deploy your reports, through online, you have to make the reports online. Right? Otherwise, people cannot see it. For example, I am sharing my videos. So how I am sharing my videos? I am also sharing videos with the help of OneDrive. OneDrive is also, it is just like a Azure platform only. So I have to, upload my video to OneDrive so that or Google Drive, you should be able to download it. It is a cloud-based algorithm or a program. Clear? Cloud means online. So if I wanted to, share something, I am putting something into a Google Drive. So that is me who's the creator of the video, but I'm sharing with across all the people. How are you getting it? You have to get the link for the video. So I have to upload and I have to share the video link so that you will be able to download. So I'm the creator, you are the viewer of the video. So there are two parties. Somebody is going to be creating a video, somebody is watching the video. Somebody is creating a report, somebody is watching the report or viewing the report. So who's going to be creating a report? That is we, developers. To create a report, what we need? We need data. What we need? We need data as a raw material so that using the raw data, we are going to be creating a report. So we are the creator of something, but who's going to be viewing the report? There is end user. So now you are the students, you are called end user to watch my, all Power BI videos. You are not the creator, you are not a faculty, you are an end user. End user means, the last user who wanted to simply watch the video. You cannot create a Power BI class or Power BI video on yourself. So you're the end user. I'm the creator. I'm the owner of the video. Somebody will create and share it. If I create the video, if I don't share it, will you be able to download it? So there are two steps. If I'm creating a video, video is available in my computer only. If I'm creating a Power BI desktop, if I'm using Power BI desktop and creating a report means it is available with me. But how do I share it? For the sharing purpose, you need to have a cloud server. So that is what is called Power BI service. Power BI service is going to be giving you a server where you should be able to go and create a workspace. What do you mean by workspace? Workspace means a folder. Workspace means a folder. So you should be able to deploy your reports and your data sets there. So as part of Power BI service, what all we going to learn? So create a Power BI service account and log in into PBA service. This is the one thing that you need to have it, and create multiple reports in Power BI service using data sets using multiple developers. This is the one thing. And create a dashboards on reports. If you wanted to create a dashboard, you have to create a data set. Then on the data sets, you create a report. On the reports, you're going to be creating a dashboards. Okay. So you know how to create a report. You know how to create a data set, right? So the later we're going to be working on how to create a dashboards. Then refresh the data or schedule the refresh. So whenever you change something, let me open, my Power BI. So whenever we get something means I'm talking about data. So the data is given to you and you created a report. When the data changes, what normally we do? We click on the refresh button. When you have a refresh button, then the new data is going to come in. So when you deploy the report, when you deploy this report to the server, who's going to be refreshing? Now I'm going to be getting some data. So I'll go to, let us say, go to SQL Server. Now I wanted to get some data from SQL Server. You need to give SQL Server name and you need to give database name. If you don't give database name, will it connect? Yes, it is going to be connecting. So database is optional. Server name is important. Dot means what? It is a local SQL server. But in the real time, you have to ask IP address. Which IP address I have to use it? So click on that IP address. Database name is not compulsory. You can have lot of databases. From which database I need to get the data, that option will be shown later. So let me give only the server name. Click on OK. Now I wanted to get the data from where? This time I wanted to create a data set. See, now all the databases are shown. All the databases are shown if you don't provide a database name. But if I cancel this, I go back, I click on get SQL Server name, and I'm going to be using a dot and the database name. For example, I wanted to connect to AdventureWorks DW, data warehousing database. So I need to give the proper name. So right click on this, you say rename. So after rename, you copy this, Control C, copy. You simply come here and you should be able to paste it. So click on this. When you're pointing to one database, it is going to be giving only the database, only within this database. What is the database? AdventureWorks. Within that, you have these many tables. Okay, these many functions we have. These are functions. These many tables we have, factor tables, dimension tables, and we have these many v means views. Like that, you should be able to get the data from a table, or you should be able to get the data from a view, or you should be able to get the data from a stored procedure. It is very simple. Simply, you have to create a view, or you need to create a table, or you need to create a function. But the thing is that you should know what is a function. You should know what is a function. If without that, you will not be able to understand. Like that, getting something from SQL Server Oracle is very, very simple. You have to get it from there. For example, I wanted to get dim employee. So I'm going to be getting data of the dim employee table using a table. This is a table. I don't want to get data from table. So I say use AdventureWorks, AdventureWorks DW. So I'm going to be creating a procedure, create a proc, say USP get employee data as begin. First, you have to know what is a stored procedure. If you don't know what is a stored procedure, then you don't understand. But people are asking how to get the data from the stored proc. So the stored proc, create a proc name. So which is going to be getting the data from where? From the employee table. Select star from dim employee. Okay, so from this table I wanted to get the data. Let me execute this query. Let me execute this query. I'm able to get 296 rows. Okay, so I don't need all the columns. I need only few columns. So what are, how to get the complete columns? It's very, very simple. To get the complete columns, you have to go here, go to tables. Now go to dim employee table. Now you have columns, right? If you need column by column, lot of columns are there. I don't need all the columns to take it. So I need employee key, employee name I need, comma, whatever you need it. Employee uh, first name I wanted to have it, comma, employee last name I wanted to have it. You can take whatever you need. I don't need all the data. I'm filtering the data. One case you can go to get all the data, then you should be able to filter something here, right? And instead of doing that, I am filtering all the data in this one, and I am also writing my own logic. Okay, so middle name, last name, middle name, whatever you would like to have it, you should be able to get like that. And hire date, so birth date, so title, some data I wanted to have it, put comma, and email address, phone number, marital status, emergency contact number, gender. I wanted to have the gender. So whether it is male or female, whether it is male or female. So like that, I wanted to have department name. Where is he currently working? In which department is working? Like that, I'm going to be taking vacation hours, sick leaves, the current flag, free frequency, base rate. Lot of other things are available. I don't want to take this. So I'm creating a query. Your query is, eliminating the data you're going to be getting. So where is the data now? Data is available here. Now you execute this. Now you have created a stored proc. The stored proc is going to give you all the employee data. You refresh, you go to tables. The tables will have dim employee table, but I don't need the data from dim employee table. I wanted to go to programmability. You should be able to get a stored proc. What is a stored proc? USB get employee. You should be able to also use this and get the data from this. And whenever you going to connect, so let me go to get data, and you are going to be connecting to SQL Server. Put dot name and database name AdventureWorks DW and click on OK. Now I want to get the data from where. So you should be able to see your so we have AdventureWorks where views are available here, and dim date, dim geography, dim product, dim seller, and fact sales. You have something here, and we have a fact sales seller, and we have a function. So we are not able to get the stored procedure here. Okay, we are not able to get the stored procedure. So either you should be able to call the stored proc in your, any other application, you should be able to get it, or you should be able to create a customized app and get it, or you should be able to have something else. Okay, now if you're not able to get this, we can create either a view. So create a view. So how to create a view? You have to know what is a view. If you don't know what is a view, what is a stored proc, so you will not be able to understand the difference. Now I am not able to get a stored proc there, but can I get a view? Let me create. Because in your T-SQL, you have three options that you have to know. One is called a views. The second one is called stored procedure. The third one is called function. Okay. So, and the SQL where you are going to be working with tables, and on top of that we may create a temp tables, and we may create a CTS and other stuff. Okay, so the data may be available in tables, or you may be having creating some temporary tables, then some common table expressions, or you may be having derived tables, or you may write some queries. Clear? So the data may be getting from these three places. And when you go to T-SQL, then we have a view, and there is a stored procedure, there is a function. So I have created a stored proc, but I cannot see it. So I will verify how to get the data from the stored proc. But let us click on this view and let us verify whether we can get the data from view or not. So as a SQL developer, you should know what is a view, when to use the view. You should know what is a stored procedure, when to use a stored procedure. What is a function, when to use a function. All these things you have to know. Otherwise, this topic is useless for you. Clear? So how to get the data from stored proc we'll discuss later. But as of now, let me straight away go back to the view. So how to create a view, that you should know first. So creating a view is very, very simple. Create a view name get employee, and say go. Let me create a view, and I wanted to execute this. Now you go and refresh. Okay. So I have a table, and after that there is a view. View is nothing but a query. So I have created a view called view get employee. How can we call a view? So when you create a view, you should be able to call or execute the view, right? Calling a view. So it is very simple like this. Select star from the view name. So what is the view name? View drag and drop. So when you execute this, you should be able to get this data. Now let me check whether I can get this or not. Let me go back. Now let me go here and go to get data SQL server. So give the server name is dot and database name is adventurous. Control C, Control V, and click on OK. So I have created a view now. What is the view I have created? View is called get employee. So if you take employee table, you are getting large amount of data. So if I take the employee table here, if I take the employee table, I'm able to get lot many columns. I don't need all the columns to be taken directly from the source data, and I don't want to go to transform data and do blah blah blah. We can do it where? In the yeah, Power Query itself. You can do lot of cleaning work. Lot of cleaning work you should be able to perform where? In the Power Query. So, but if you have data in the SQL Server or Oracle, the cleaning work can be done in the database itself. The Power Query work, the cleaning work can be done in the database itself. That is the advantage when you have data. For example, I have to look for only few columns. So if I take all the columns, I don't need. Again, I need to get the data and remove everything in the Power Query itself. I don't want to do any steps in the Power Query. I wanted to simply go and get the data from where? From the dim view. So there is a view called view get employee. So I have cleaned the data. So what is the data I have taken? I need only this. I wanted to load this view, and I wanted to load this, dim product. For a product also you can create a view. Okay. And the dim geography, you can also create a view. You can also create one more view. So view should be, you should be able to create a view, and functions also visible. First you should know how to create a function. Create a function name, and you need to write the function name, and you choose the function name. So whenever you call whenever we call a view can be called like this. At the same time, function is also called like this. If you wanted to call the function, first you should know how to create a function. The next one, you should be able to call the function like this only. So here you're going to be getting function underscore function name. So however we have a view underscore view name. So you need to create one function, and you should be able to get the same function here. You should be able to find out, because fx means functions. Okay. So that is first you should know how to create a function. So then you should be able to simply use that and get the data. So click on load. So if you observe carefully, so I have taken a view, I have taken a date. This is a table. This is a this one. This is a table. This is a table. Now you come down. What is it I need? I need fact internet sales. Okay, this is the data I wanted to have it. Now, what is the data that you need? So that you need to go in for it. I need employee data, and I need a dim date data, dim product data, dim geography data. Then I wanted to have dim product category, product subcategory. I don't want to take product category, product subcategory, and all of them. And instead of taking three tables, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to create one more view, because product name is available here. Let me show you something. Okay. So what I'm trying to show you, I'll go. What I need is that I need select star from the dimension product. Okay. So when you go for the dimension product, what is getting? You're getting the product English name. This is English product name. You don't need all this rubbish data. Clear? You have a product key. Then when you see carefully here, you are getting Japanese product ID, Thai, this one, that one, lot of things you're able to get it. So I don't have the product subcategory. If you wanted to get the product subcategory, there is a table called dim subcategory. Something like this we have. Product subcategory. This is the table. So this table is going to having what is the product subcategory. Product subcategory, it is here. Product name is here. Okay. So product key, which is a primary key in this. When you go here, it is a foreign key in this. Product key somewhere it is going to be coming here. Product category key or a product subcategory key somewhere. I think it is going to come. It is not there. It may be there in the product category. Let me go here, and we have three tables actually. So one is called product category, product subcategory. Let me go to this table. I have a product, bikes, components, and clothing. So product category is key. Category is product category alternate key. So and this key is somewhere it will be. Let me go here. Product category. So this primary key, this is a primary key. This primary key may be available here. So when you go here, so you should be able to see product category somewhere. See now, product category is a foreign key here. So this is a primary key. This primary key is linking to this. You need to know these, settings. Now this table is linked to this. Now this subcategory is linking to dim product. Now there is a subcategory ID, subcategory key that has to be somewhere here. Okay, product subcategory key. Now it is there. Some products do not have subcategories, but some products will have subcategories. Clear? So the category is dealing linking here. This subcategory is linking here. I don't want to get three tables and get the product name from here, product subcategory from here, product category from here. So the customer will say create one view and get product name from here, product subcategory from here, product category from here. So how to do that? The better create a view underscore get products, or simply you say view get, or you can say dim products. Okay, it is a dimension products, but it is a view, it is not a table as. So I have to join product as a P. Join this table is a subcategory. You need to know joinings and everything as product subcategory PS. Okay. So I'm joining this. When you want to join, you need to write on condition, right? On product dot product dot. So product subcategory key is equivalent to PS dot product subcategory key. Okay, the common column is this. So I have to get the common column and combining all the data. Now later I have to join one more table. You need to say join this table and you say product category. It is a PC. PS means this one. So join the tables. All these things you will understand when you know the proper SQL server only. Otherwise you will not be able to join. So this is one table. The second table is this table, right? So the next one I'm going to be doing is that this table, and always you need to write on condition PC dot what, product category is equivalent to PS dot product category. So you have to join like this. Total three tables we have, but the question is that I'm not going to be using everything here. I wanted to eliminate what I need the product ID. So I need say product key. Fine. Product key I need. And what are the other columns that you need it? If you go, what are the other columns that you need it? You need to write product key I have taken. Then English product name. So I have to get English product name. English product name. Okay, fantastic. So that's it. Is there anything else you wanted to take it from this table? And product price, last price, this price, size, anything you would like to take it? You don't have any other information, forget about that one. So do you need to take any other things? I don't need, only the product name. So from the second table, I want to get subcategory name, nothing else. From this table, I wanted to get English subcategory name only. I would like to get it. So go. So first column is this. Second column is this. The next column is English product subcategory name. Then the next one, I would like to get it English product name, and the category name, if I wanted to get it, I have to check in this. So what is the category? English product category name. So English okay. Now I should be able to get the data. Let me go. Okay. So this is the query. Let me execute this first, whether it is working properly or not. Ambiguity column name, subcategory English product subcategory name, English product subcategory product category name. So I have to give PS and I have to say PC. It is the we have a product category as PC only, right? It is it is a subcategory, it is a category. Sorry, this I have pasted it wrongly. So I should be able to get this is first table is this, second table is this, third table is this. Clear? I should be able to get everything here, and I would like to get a product key, English month name, product name. You can rename this if you want to rename. You can say simply product name. Okay. Simply you can say subcategory, product subcategory. Okay. As so all these things you can do it when you know the SQL Server very well. Product category, something like this. You should be able to have it. So your query is a fantastic query. Now this is a view. Okay. Product key. So product name, product subcategory, product category. Instead of doing in Power Query, all the things you should be able to do it here. Now I wanted to create this. Okay. Go and create one more view. So you should be able to get the views and you're creating the views. So sometimes the users will tell you to create the views and load the data from the views. You need to create a data set. You go to the SQL Server. You use SQL Server. Now database name is Control C, AdventureWorks. Now you can give, or even though you don't give, nothing to worry, you will be able to get all the databases. Now instead of taking dim product, dim subcategory, all of them, you simply use dim product table. You will be able to get a product key, product name, product subcategory, and everything. So where is the view? View is here. View is joining the data and bringing you the data. So that is what is the beauty about it. So this is what is your view. If you wanted to see the view, right click on this design. When you go to design, you should be able to see the complete query, whatever be the query that we have written. Like that, if you need something to be written at the SQL level, you have to know good SQL. Without good SQL, so when to use a view, when to use a stored procedure, when to use a function, when to use a query, if you're not clear with that, definitely you will not be able to get it. Now I have to go and take the data from the views. Okay. Now like that, you also create a function. You should know how to create a function. Create a function name, then you should be able to write something. Okay. For example, let me close this. If you want to create a function also, there is a function syntax that you need to know first, right? So let me say create create a function. What is a function? You should know. Why we have to create a function? You should know all these things. You will be able to get it in the this one. So as begin, then you need to know the complete syntax. Clear? How to create a function, the function syntax. you have to know and create it, because function syntax, you have different syntaxes. If you don't know, you have to Google it and get the function syntax. Okay, because functions we never use much. SQL Server, UDF, user defined functions in SQL Server. Then you should know how to get the syntax and write the syntax. So they'll give you different syntaxes. Using that, you should be able to create one thing like this. Okay. So whatever you want to create, you should know first how to create a function. So create a function, function name, function products, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then returns a table. Whatever you would like to return, you should be able to return it. And you need to write the query. So this circus you should know. Otherwise, you will not be able to create a function. So the function I wanted to create as, let me take this query. See, they have given a simple example also how to create a function. Okay, let me show you how to create a function. Create a function. The function is called function dim employee. Okay, so open the bracket, close the bracket, returns a table. Now you should be able to write this complete syntax here. So this is what you have to know it as part of the function body. So let me execute this, returns a table. The syntax we have to be thorough, because return statement with return value cannot be used in this context. Procedure dim employee line by starts blah blah. It is having, so there is a syntax thing that I am missing. 1 minute. I'll get this syntax for you. 1 minute, guys. So we were able to get errors because I have used begin and end. I was getting from the Google. So let me remove this. This is the simple function I wanted to write. Create a function DBO function name and returns a table. And this is my query. So let me execute this, and it is already created. So let me drop this function. Already this function got created. Okay, let me create the function now. Create a function, function name and two braces, and returns a table. And this is what is my function. What is the function name? DBOFN this. It is completely executed, successfully executed. Now, how do I call this function? So all these things you have to learn as part of your SQL Server, right? So call function, function name. This is how you should be able to call the function. It is bringing you all this data. This is a view. So can I see the function? Yeah, why not? You should be able to go and get the data. Some data you're getting from use, and some of the data also you're getting from function. But the question is, when should I go in for a view? When should I go in for a stored procedure? When should I go in for a function? When should I use a table? All these things you're going to be, understanding as part of your SQL. Clear? So now if I want me to use, so definitely I'll go here, get the, data. From where I'm going to be getting the data? From SQL Server. View is a virtual table. It is not stored in database. When I was, close SQL Server, the views are automatically deleted from the RAM. While Power BI reports are affected when views closed. Views are, yeah. View is a virtual table. View is nothing but a query. Simple understanding is that the view is nothing but a query only. Query is going to be executed and getting the data. Nothing else. Clear? It is going to be executed on the fly and it is going to be getting the data. Nothing else. But even though you are executing the query and getting the data here, the same thing you can also do it here, right? So when you get the data, let me go to Adventure Works. I will go here. So view, I would like to get dim products. So there is a function we can have dim employees. So you're getting the data from this. Now see, we're able to get from the function. So however you wanted to get it, you should be able to get the data and load the data. We have these two tables are loaded. Okay. Instead of joining the data, instead of joining the data in the Power Query level, we are joining the data in the SQL Server level. Clear? So the step, that is what we are doing. So when you have a large amount of data, either Power Query or SQL Server definitely will have a lot of issues. But definitely SQL Server will be very, very faster because it is going to be having proper indexing mechanisms and everything. When you have large amount of data will not be coming from Excel sheets in the real time in the real time. So you will be able to get the data from where? From your data warehousing or from the SQL Server database where you have more and more indexes. When you get the more and more data, the better you can join there itself so that it'll be faster. When you get the data into the ETL and try to perform a joining operation, it has to have the proper indexing methodologies and everything. You need to check how much time it is taking when I perform join operations here. If I go back to the SQL Server and join already data and bringing only the table. So what is the data it is going to be? How much time it is going to be? What is the data? It is green. So number of rows you need to look into. What is the time that it is taking? That is also you have to look into that. So I have the data. So one is the data I'm able to get from here. One is the data I'm able to get from this. Clear? If you wanted to get more data, again, you can just go back. I have dim employee, I have dim products. Now, I have to go to SQL Server instead of going for the SQL Server. So, already we have this connection, I think. So, same connection is available here. Let me go back here. I wanted to use some fact tables also. What is the fact table? I wanted to use it. I wanted to use a sales table. So let me go to Amazon DW. So I wanted to have dim customer table and I wanted to use a dim date table. I wanted to use a dim geography table. I have used, all these things. Then I have to use fact internet sales. Clear? Fact internet sales, I have to use it. So load this data. So some of the data I'm getting from views, some of the data I'm getting from tables, some of the data I'm getting from functions. So like that, you should be able to create a lot of them. Okay, so never use functions in the real time. You better call this function inside the view. That is the better thing. So when you know SQL Server, all these things you will do it. Okay, so either you can get the tables or a views. That is the best practice. So all the data we are able to get it. So what is that we are going to be doing? If you wanted to create 10 reports, if you wanted to create 10 reports, now if you have, let us say, 20 GB of data, and on the 20 GB of data, I wanted to create a 10 reports. Okay. Now 20 GB of data cannot be taken into where? Cannot be taken into your Power BI RAM. So what you need to do, you have to split data 10 GB and create some 6 reports here. Okay, 6 reports will be created. Another 10 GB of data you better use, and you create 4 reports. So what you have to create according to us, you create a data set first. Then on the data set, you're going to be creating a report. So in the data set, what tables I need? I need, for example, 20 GB. You're having, let us understand, you have 40 tables are used. Or let us say we are using 24 tables. Okay, 20 tables. Now 10 GB, you may be having some 14 tables here. And here you may be using remaining 10 tables there. Clear? So you have to create a data set 1 and a data set 2. So first data set is going to be having this much of a data. Second data set is going to be having this much of a data. You always plan like this. You cannot create a um, you cannot take all the data at a time. You will not be able to create a report. So the first one is that create a data set. This is step number 1. Then after creating a data set, what you do, you share or you deploy the data set. Deploy the same to where? To the Power BI service means server. So Azure server. Then using the above data set, create a report. Okay, so create a report. So this is what you have to do it as a end user. So these are the Power BI guys are going to be using. Always you need to create a data set, then only you have to go in for this. So already have created and I wanted to publish. I would like to deploy. So now after creating this, so you need to check whether it is having proper relationships or not. If you're not having proper relationships, you need to create a proper relationships. Dim product we have dim geography we have, then we have dim customer we have. So the proper relationships are already built. So dim date is having, but dim employee, is there any employee? Dim geography is linking. Dim product ID is not linked. So is there any product ID in the sales table? Dim date we have a product key. So product key has to be mapped with this. So it is not properly mapped. All these things you have to do it. So product key to product key, you have to map it. Clear? And it is going to be mapping. Now, what is still missing? Dim employee key. Employee key is nothing but a salesperson ID. I know the domain, so I can give you salesperson ID and everything. If you don't know, you will not be able to understand. Where is the salesperson ID here? Customer key. So let me check. Is there any salesperson ID? I don't have any salesperson ID. I will not be able to link. So some table is missing, that I have to bring it and map it. Okay. So I have to get the salesperson ID. Do we have any key? Customer key is there. Customer table is missing with that. Customer number, order, promotional key, sales amount. So somewhere sales territory key will be there. You will be able to find out salesperson key. Some table I need to add it. I don't know that as of now. So just forget about it. Or you can remove this from your model. So delete from the model. I don't need as of now. Let me delete this. So this is what is the data set I have created. Now, once you create a data set, once you create a data set, you make sure all of them are properly aligned. Now you have to create a lot of DAX functions with the help of these three things. Okay. So you can create a data set. Who can create a data set? Any Power BI developer, any Power BI developer. So they know about, about the DAX and about data modeling. Okay. About data modeling means they should know relationships. Okay. People who know clear information about this, they those are the guys, they can create easily a data sets, DAX and data modeling concept. And definitely you have to know Power Query as well, right? Power Query means performing lot of transformation. This step is very easy. So under Power Query, anybody can work. So under Power Pivot, DAX is there and data modeling is there. So data set will have only these two steps. Data set means what? The steps from Power Query, ETL transformations. The second step is called data modeling, and this one. So using this step, you should be able to create a data set. You should not create any visualizations here. Okay, I have done. Now I wanted to deploy this data set. How to deploy this data set? So if you wanted to deploy, first you have to save this. So clicking and I have to go to the D demos. Now I say PBA deployment. I would like to say adventure works, sales dataset underscore new. Okay. It is, I'm getting from the SQL server. Adventure works sales dataset new SQL server. You should be able to save that first. So only what you have Power Query and Power, DAX and Power Pivot, nothing else. The data set is ready. Now, if you wanted to deploy, you have to first save it. I have saved it. Now you have to publish it. Click on publish button. When you click on publish button, it is already been connected. If you observe carefully, I have connected. If I'm not connected, I don't get this. If you want to connect to with new user ID, you need to sign out here. So you need to sign in. So if you don't sign in, if you click on publish button, it is going to be asking you the sign in. So PBI Bhaskar at the rate gmail.com is going, not gmail.com, sorry, go online trainings. Okay, go online trainings.com. Now I'm connecting to my Azure. Now it is going to be giving you, this is the user ID. I would like to use it. The password I'm going to be giving as this. Click on sign in. What happens? Okay, so I have given the password. Now, where I want to deploy, I would like to deploy a Amazon sales reports, or you can create one more workspace. You should be able to simply deploy. Okay, click on select and deploy only the data set, not the visualization. So after creating a data set, what we are going to be doing, we are deploying. Okay, create a data set and share or deploy to Power BI service. So using above data set, we create a report. After creating a reports, we create what? Dashboards. So these are the steps. Now I go there. So this is a done. Now how do I open the data set? To open the data set, I have to go to where? app.powerbi.com. So this is the place, app.powerbi.com. I have to go here. I have to log in. So this is a Power BI server portal. So already Bhaskar Jogi is connected. I have to go to my workspaces. What is my workspace? It is my workspace. Click on this. Clear? I have created one data set yesterday. If you wanted to delete it, you should be able to delete it. So one data set I have created now. On this data set, you can see data set and you will be able to see the complete content. You don't have any reports. When you click on this, are you getting anything? Nothing. Only the data set we have created. So the data set we have was stored. Clear? So when you go to data set and workflows, there is a data set. So data set is this data set. I don't have anything. Using this data set, I wanted to create a report. Now what I do, I close this. I close this. Now I have to reopen my Power BI desktop. Now step number one is done. Somebody has created a data set. Okay, somebody created a data set and they have deployed. What is the data set name? Adventure Works. Blah, blah, blah. This time, let me close this. I wanted to go to get data. I don't want to go to SQL Server. So this time I wanted to go in for Power BI data sets. So this is the one I have to use it. So this time I don't want to create a data set every time. Already data set is created and deployed. All the people who wanted to work only on the visualization side, they need to use the existing data set. Where is the data set now? It is online. So you may be there in Bangalore, you may be there in Hyderabad, or you may be there in Africa, America, wherever you are. The data set is available online. You need to click on this. So Bhaskar Jogi is connected, so it is able to get all the data sets. So whatever be the data set that you wanted to have it, the data set, this is the data set I wanted to use it. Okay. Why it is showing all the data sets to me? Because this user has permission to all this data set. I have to use this data set. Just now I have created. So Amazon sales, blah, blah, blah. So click create. Okay, so I am getting the data not from this. I'm getting the data from where? From the Power BI Azure. Azure is having now your data. Clear? So I'm able to get all the data from here. Now, if you see carefully, one thing is missing. If you want to create a relationship, you can do it, but you don't have any. One more thing is missing here. You will not be able to see. You cannot create any DAX queries and nothing. Only you should be able to get the data and create a visualization. Now, I wanted to know what is the total sales. So, how do we get the total sales? Go here, drag and drop sales amount or a tax amount. So you should be able to get tax amount and go to this table and create a border, and whatever you wanted to work on, you should be able to work on. That's it. So done. I wanted to drag and drop or control C and control V. Drag and drop and go here and delete it. Let me drag and drop sales amount here. Sales amount is here. I wanted to know use this. So let me create a subcategory wise sales. Okay. Or I wanted to know the subcategory. Where is the subcategory? There is a product table subcategory. Drag and drop subcategory and a drag and drop freight amount, sales amount, whatever you wanted to have it. This is the subcategory wise data. So whatever you wanted to create, you should be able to create now. Clear? So everything is ready. Now I go to the second one, drag and drop this one. So this time I wanted to go in for category wise, or I wanted to have country region wise. Let me go to the legend and drag and drop right amount or this amount or that amount. So I should be able to, switch on border, and let me go to legend. I wanted to put it off, and I wanted to have data label category wise. I wanted to have the name and increase the category, and I wanted to have 15. So something like that, I can create lot of things. Now the data is available. Now what you do? You need to first save this. If you wanted to deploy the visualization, you have to save this. Now I say reports or visualizations. Okay, Amazon sales reports. We are creating reports. Okay. So I have to save this locally. Now, after saving this, I have to simply publish. So where I have to publish, I have to publish on Amazon sales report 27 September. So to this one, I have to publish it. So I have taken and success, everything is right. So now you have to go back and refresh. Clear? So you should be able to create lot of reports like this. Now this is what is the content, and this is what is the data set. You can have it here. So content means data set plus reports. Reports, you can just simply click on it. You will be able to get page 1 and page 2. Have you seen this? So using a data set, we are going to be creating reports. Using a report, we are going to be creating a later a dashboard. Clear? So that is what you got to understand. So how you create a report is completely different now. Clear? So create a Power BI service account. I'll show you tomorrow how to, you can log in, how you can, work with this. Because if you don't register with Amazon.com, can you log into Amazon.com? No. I have registered with app.powerbi.com. I'm able to log in. So first you need to register, then you need to log in. To register your user ID, you have to use this powerba.microsoft.com. Using this, you should be able to register. Okay. So you need to, if you wanted to get the user ID and password to deploy the reports, you have to go to this powerbi.microsoft.com. This is for registering. Remember to register your user IDs. Register your user IDs, or you can say your email IDs. So, and to deploy, you have to use app.powerbi.com. So, app.powerbi.com is to deploy something. You should not get confused. So, what we are doing, so there are two applications I'm talking about, right? One is that, so to deploy the reports, you must use this. Okay. To register, you must use this. That's it. Okay. So these are the two things that you need to understand. So if you wanted to work with what? Registration part. powerbi.microsoft.com. I have to give you one email ID. So I am giving you few email IDs. You should be able to work on that. What is the email IDs? You can use it. You can say Power BI user one at the rate go online. Okay. Go online trainings.com. And like that, we have created five. Okay. These are going to be there only for 2 months free. So up to five, you can use it. Okay. So you can work with this. You have to register. Go here and you will be able to register, and you will be able to get a OTP. The OTP I will be able to tell you tomorrow, because when you're logging in, you will be able to receive OTP. OTP will be given to this. Okay. So go online trainings, train. So you need to give proper spelling, guys. So these are we have created. Okay. The password and everything I can give you, because tomorrow online only you should be able to give it. The password as of now we have given India at the rate 12 for all everything. You will not be able to work, because when you logging in, when you try to register, it is going to be sending a OTP to this. To give the OTP, you have to log in into this website and get it. So that I can give you tomorrow only. So online we can do the registration. But these are the PBI user one, user two, user three, user four at the rate goonlinetrainings.com. So tomorrow we'll spend some 5-10 minutes of time. We will get the OTPs and everything. We will be able to easily work on this. The password is India. All of them are small letters at the rate 12. Am I clear? So you need to register first. Then after that, using this email ID, you should be able to go and deploy. So there are two things. One is called powerbi.microsoft.com to register and to deploy this one. So this is what is called Power BI service. Okay. This is only for the registration link. Am I clear? So tomorrow we'll continue further and we'll discuss a lot of other things. Any other questions, guys?